Welcome to Testimony Tuesdays, okay? If you are new to my channel, my name is Natasha Hines. Everybody calls me Tasha. Sometimes they call me T if they just can't remember my name. If you're new to my channel, I like to share experiences or testimonies, as church people will call it. Basically sharing my experiences in hopes that you are encouraged, letting you know that you are not alone in your situation, that I too have gone through similar things as well, and if I can get through it, so can you. Today we're going to be talking about connections. Hopefully there's going to be a part 2 of this. What I want to talk to you about is how important connections can be. In my life, I've looked at how important connections have been, and I literally have to slow my mind down to look at every experience I've had, and I was like, wow, if I didn't meet this person, I wouldn't have met this, and if I didn't go through that with that person, I wouldn't have gone through this and met this. You just, this big puzzle that makes this big picture of your life, and you're like, wow, so many pieces of my life I didn't really know would come together to make this beautiful picture. And that's kind of how I feel about connections. Someone once told me that it's a gift, that connections is a gift, and I didn't think of it as such. The story, I guess, that I have where everything began with me as far as connecting was the story of my cousin Christopher Clark and my grandmother Gloria Hines. Both of them died in 2007. I was 17 at the time, and it was traumatic. One, because my cousin died the day after my birthday, and my grandmother died 2 days before my mother's birthday. It's my mother's mom. So that year, it was just like, what is going on? Believe it or not, my relationship with God started then because I was questioning God and I was angry and all this other stuff. That's in another video. But all that to say, I think why my connection or wanting to connect people together began because Chris was like the glue for us young people, and my grandmother was like the glue for the older people, and God kind of laid them out because I guess, not laid them out, but allowed it to happen because I think he realized that they were kind of like a crutch, if you think about it. For me and my family, I thought of it that way. They were kind of the people we leaned on, even if we didn't realize it. And when they were gone, it was like we kind of dispersed a little bit. And you realized who the glue was at that time. But yeah, a lot of connections have gotten me a lot of blessings. And God has truly shown me favor over a lot of things, whether it be a job, whether it be an opportunity, whether it's just being encouragement and having a friend to lean on. God has truly blessed me. And then again, connection can just be not through people you already know, but through strangers. I feel like, all right, I'm gonna tell y'all. There's this guy named Corey. Okay, I met him when he was about 17, 18 years old. And at the time, I was working at T-Mobile, and I was being random. I think I told you guys the story. But if you haven't heard of it, basically what happened was I had ordered too much food from McDonald's. I ordered a 20-piece chicken nuggets, hallelujah, and a large fry, and a large drink. And when I sat down at the bus stop, and I knew I was going to be waiting long, so I had time to eat, I was like, girl, you're not going to eat all this. So I looked at him, random. I said, hey, you want some chicken nuggets? He looked at me strange. He was like, yeah, sure. I was like, all right, bet. Tore the box, kind of poured it in, 10, 10. All right, bet. I said, man, I'm not going to eat all these fries. You want some fries too? He was like, oh, you coolish. And I was laughing. I was like, yeah, I guess so. Gave him some fries, just started talking. I said, well, what do you do and what school do you go to? And I just started eating, and I'm talking like I know him. And that's kind of how our friendship started back then. And then went from that to helping him with his resume. And then from that to just talking to him about encouragement and all this other stuff. And every now and again, I still have a chance to talk to him when I can. And we're still connected to this day. That was a while ago. 2015, I think, is when I met him. 2002, I still know him. And again, other people that I've met who have definitely blessed me. Another friend, all because of a friend of mine named Kyla. Met her at a Girls and Guitars event. It's her event, actually. church member had sent the flyer. I posted a flyer. Kyla reached out to me and said, how would you like to be a part of it? I was scared out of my mind, but I jumped and did it anyway. Through that, I met 3 people who are still a part of my life now, and I love them dearly. That is Jeremy, that is Kyla, and that is Rashawn. Hey, girl. So they've blessed me in different ways, and I don't think they really know it unless I've already said it. And I'm probably going to keep saying it until I die, because I'm really thankful for them. Those connections really blessed me, all because God knew who I needed in my life and when I would need them. So connections are very, very good. I got one more example, and then I'm going to read a scripture and get out of here. There was a time where I had an argument with a family member, and at that time I needed to leave where I was at midnight. And I didn't have a car, so I was like, I'm going to have to Uber my way around. There's an Uber driver that I met, a Christian Uber driver. And he's the sweetest guy ever. I called him. I said, "Hey, I'm so sorry to bother you. I'm in a crisis right now. I really need help getting to my other family member's house. Is it possible that you could take me from this place to this place? I know it's midnight. I know it's super late." He's like, "Yeah, I could do it." I said, "You can?" He was like, "Yeah." I said, "Oh my God, thank you so much. As soon as like next week's come when I get paid, I will pay you, blah, 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 blah." He drove from where he was and drove to where I was, helped me pack my bags, or no, not pack, he helped me unload, sorry, my bags and everything from where it was, and packed up the car, and then we drove an hour from where we were to my destination, and we talked, and he told me it was going to be okay and all this other stuff, and then dropped me off and said, I pray everything goes well, just text me if there's anything wrong. Because I spoke to an Uber driver. Now, I'm not telling y'all go out there and start talking to random people because you feel like you're trying to connect. No. There's a strategy and wisdom to this thing. You don't just talk to random people. You have to decipher who to talk to and who not to talk to. You still got to be like them kids, stranger danger, when you feel like they cray, then you go the other way. But if you feel like it's a conversation worth having, if you feel led, if you feel like, I just feel like there's something in my stomach that's telling me to talk to this person about whatever, please follow it, because you never know what that person is going through. They could be wanting to commit suicide. They could be going through a depression. Somebody just got killed in their life. You never know. All their life they've been told that they were nothing, and you out the blue just say, "Oh man, I just wanted to tell you you're very beautiful," and don't let anybody tell you any different. You never know what that little bit of words and statements can do for somebody's life. It could change their life. I'm rambling, so let me grab the scripture before I continue. We're at Matthew 11:1 verses 29. I'm going to read you the International Version instead of the King. Nope, you know what? Let me read you the King James Version first. "Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls." Take my yoke upon you and learn of me. So I feel like that was God's way of saying, don't take the heaviness that you carry all the time upon yourself, to put it on God, because that's what he's there for. He's there to carry your load, your burden, your anxiety, your fears, your drama, your shame, everything that you carry that you shouldn't be carrying. He's like, give it to me. That's what I'm here for. Whether you believe it or not, no matter what you've done, no matter what you've said, no matter what you've gone through, I am waiting for you. I am here for you with open arms, right? And then he's also saying, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. Meek and lowly in heart. When your heart is heavy, it shows, and you start to speak what's in your heart, whether you believe it or not. That's why I always say words have power. No matter who you are, what you do, who you worship, who you don't worship, words have power. And not a lot of people realize that or agree with that, but it's the truth. If you want to say, all right, I'll never be nothing, da 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 da, okay, you will never be nothing, and you never will be, because that's what you believe, and that's what's in your heart. And then you spoke it into existence that you will never be nothing. You have no idea. And sometimes God will overlook what you said and said, look, I'm going to make you something out of nothing and bless you anyway, because I want to show you, that you're more than enough. Excuse me. So all that to say, let me make sure I read the whole thing. You shall find rest unto your souls. Yes, when you give it all to God and you let it all go, you definitely will, excuse me, let me slow down, find rest in God. If there's anything that I've learned throughout my life, excuse me, there are a lot of times that I felt like I haven't trusted in God completely. And that was because I trusted in myself. I trusted in something, or someone rather, more than I trusted in God. And it didn't motivate me to move the way I was supposed to. But when I slowed myself down and realized you got to trust in God more, that's when everything started to come in alignment. Does that make sense? Everything started to come in order. And it gave me peace because now I'm trusting that God has my best interest at heart, because he does. So it definitely gave me rest, and that's what the scripture means. I'm way over time. However, I got my point across and I shared my experience. I hope that this was helpful to you. I hope that you take what I've said. If you didn't hear anything else that I've said, connections are important. They can change your life, or the connection you make with someone else can change theirs. Please watch your words. Speak life to other people. Speak life to yourself. If you want to practice doing that, you could do it in front of a mirror. Get you a plant. That's actually where I started. I used my mom's plant and spoke life to it, meaning I spoke to it the same way I would want someone else to speak to me. Positive things, positive words. You are great. You are beautiful. You are more than enough. There's nobody like you. You are unique, honey. Okay, you are a queen if you don't know, right? And just continue. And I'm not gonna lie, it kept growing because I kept speaking into it so much. Yeah, I watered it like a normal person would water their plant. But if I believe that it's gonna grow because of the words I've said that are positive, it's gonna grow, and that's exactly what it did. It grew more than what I thought it was gonna grow, and I felt like that was like a representation of myself as well. That was God's way of saying, you keep speaking positively like that. That's like planting new seeds, and you're gonna continue to grow in that. So that's all, folks. Thank you so much. I pray that you share this with somebody. Please share this with somebody, a friend, a stranger, and even if it's yourself that needed this encouragement, I hope that it's really helpful. Thank you guys for watching. I know this was a long video. Sorry, y'all. I likes to talk. Y'all have a good one. Have a good night.